do you think I've been doing?
10 million. $45 million.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contractor, no. I will not bow to any sponsor.
Free? Welcome to the wacky world of product placement. There we go. And nope, that's not a mistake. It's 1873. Everyone's favourite pastime is wearing hats, and author Jules Verne is writing his next masterpiece, Around the World in 80 Days. At this point, Verne is more famous than the Black Plague, so everyone knows this next book is going to fly off the shelves, and knowing the potential eyes goggling all over its pages, shipping companies of the time suddenly had an idea. Instead of Verne using any old shipping company in his story, what if he used a specific one that made it worth his while? Now, no one knows for sure if Jules Verne was actually paid to feature the specific shipping companies that he did, but it was the first documented example of this radical thinking, embedding references to products or brands within another work. Product placement. By the mid-1920s, product placement had now become a thing in movies. In fact, we only had to wait until 1927 for a film with product placement to win Best Picture. It was Wings, and it had this long shot of a Hershey's chocolate bar. Seamless. It seemed to be working for brands though, because by the late 1930s, MGM was receiving well over 100 requests per week from advertisers offering up products to be featured in their films. Jump all the way to the 50s, and things have escalated. Independent product placement companies are now a thing, whose employees spend most of their day canoodling with Hollywood producers and prop managers. Sponsoring stuff also gets popular. See, if you're watching your TV in the 50s, chances are you're watching something that was largely underwritten by a brand or company sponsoring that show.
Then 100-voice choral group sings. Most any cereal is fine with me, as long as you spell it P-O-S.
Forward, and we're in the 80s. Shoulder pads are in, mum, and so are product placements in film, like really in. They were spreading throughout the film industry like wildfire, sparked partially by Coke's purchase of Columbia Pictures in 1982. Now, this acquisition wasn't to enable Coke to unleash some sort of product placement Armageddon, where every movie made by Columbia Pictures had to have some lingering shot of a Coke can. It was more about Pepsi's reaction to Coke's obvious lead over their own cola that the purchase represented. So, in direct response to Coke's move, Pepsi ramped up their product placement in movies, leading to one of the most iconic placements in movie history.
Hey. All I want is a Pepsi.
Pepsi Perfect in Back to the Future Part 2 totally changed the game and solidified the idea that product placement could be more than just a cutaway. When Yellow Camaro Bumblebee is born.
What?
And all of these really paid off. Aviator sales increased by 40%, and Bumblebee, he basically reinstated the Camaro back into that muscle car dogfight against the Mustang and made it relevant again. As for Reese's Pieces, 800 cinemas that had never carried the sweet snack now stocked it in their concession stands, just 60 days after the little extraterrestrial prostate examiner hit our screens. But not everything's all rainbows and rich men laughing in unsettling unison. You see, not every product placement is Pepsi perfect. Sometimes you get, well, yeah. Product placement isn't as easy as it might seem. Either that, or some brands are just really good at making it look really hard. Which brings us back to Wayne's World. As these memeable moments became more and more common, moviegoers got a little tired of these pretty innocuous ads. In front of their very eyes, film studios were seemingly commercializing the industry to sell products. So enter Wayne's World to help shine a harsh light on the utter nonsense Hollywood was dishing out.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Here, take 2 of these.
And because of their brave work, horrible product placement is lost to the ethers of time. Right? Well,
You like music? The pill.